Hi. In this video, we'll demonstrate how that online portal of Trakomatic works and how can you use the different features that are available in the portal and eventually how to operate your car. So let's go ahead. Just use your favorite browser that you commonly use. We suggest using Google Chrome or Mozilla, but you can use any other browsers as well. And if you have any trouble, of course, you can reach to us in our support phone number or email address. Uh, I'm just showing you the demo on Google Chrome. So open your browser and go to the URL track.trakomatic.in. Note the spelling there in the trakomatic.in. We don't have the C there, so it's a trakomatic.in. So once you open up the site, you are on the login screen, and if you are coming on the website for the first time or you just purchased the device, what you can do is click on the register link here, and you can just fill up that information here and register your device. The device serial number here, that is you can find this on the package, the packet of the device, device ID that you will also find in your package of the device. So fill in this information and click on register. That will register you, and of course you will just choose a username and password, that whatever you want, and put in your email ID and register yourself. So as I have already a username and password for this demonstration, so I'll use that to log in. And once you register, come back to the login screen and put your username and password that you used and log in. Once the system accepts your username and password, it will let you log in into the system, and this is the base system is basically logging you in. Once the login process is complete, you'll be able to see the control panel. I'm just waiting for the screen to come on. The screen is a one-time load screen. That means whatever is loaded on the screen, the same thing will be used whenever you click on a menu and etc. So basically the whole system is loading in a single go. So it may take some time depending on your internet connection. So be patient, and your screen will show up. So now I'm on the screen, and this screen is like kind of it's a self-demonstrator, and you see our customer care number at the top corner of the screen on the right hand side corner, and we have the menu bar here. We have 3 menu here, and on the right hand side we have a panel. In that panel we have 3 sections. The first section shows your vehicles. You might be using our product for many of your vehicles. So like if you have 5 vehicles where you connected or installed this product, you will see of course these 5 vehicles here. And the second section, in the car control, you have this control section where you basically can control some part of your car or say our device. How you do that is basically you select your car that you want to control, and then you have the buttons like stop engine, resume engine, and all the stuff that you can control. We'll come on this later on. And the next section is that account detail. There you have just a brief information of your account, how many devices you have, if any device is expired, if you did not renew, or the devices that are pending renewal with the next 1 month or so. So that's on the left panel. Now let's come on the right panel. On the right panel we have a list of pictures, the pictures that you captured from your different vehicles, the list of the pictures. Here we display some of the pictures, and when you have more pictures, you will see some buttons here to go to the next page or the previous pictures. Basically you click on the buttons and go to the previous pictures, for the old pictures basically. The next section is the alarm settings. You click on that, and that section opens up. This basically, as the section says, is alarm settings. Our device sends you different alarms. The alarms are generated depending on different circumstances and the events that happening on your devices, like when you open a door or when you drive your vehicle with the speed that you define there, over the speed that you define here. So all the kind of alarms. Now you can set which alarms you are interested in receiving, like all the alarms you want to receive, or you don't want to receive all the alarms and few of them. So you can set it. So what you do is you click on there and you select your car, and it loads the alarms that are available. So we have the alarms here, and you can set the alarms. You can enable them. You can see the check boxes. Checking a checkbox means enabling the alarm, and after that you have to hit the save button. Now we will come on this later on. I mean the detail of all the alarms available. The next section we have the devices. Here it will show the devices or the trackers that you purchased. So like in my demo account I have two trackers, so I can see that. And if you purchase any new tracker, you can put the tracker number or serial number here, and that is again found on the packaging box of the device, and you can click on that tracker, and that tracker will be added into your account. Now while you are watching the screen, the center panel is basically the map. We are using the map from Google. So this is the map where you will be tracking your vehicle, or will be seeing that current location of your vehicle. And below we have a section where you see the recent responses from your vehicle. So basically, if you have 5 vehicles, here you will see 5 records showing 5 responses. The latest response, basically the last one. Here the current time I'm giving the demo is like 8:30 p.m. in my time, and I see that this device I got a response around 15:44 on 23rd Feb, and this device I got a recent response basically on 8:23 on 32nd. So that's it. And we have the second tab is the recent alarms. Now if you click on this tab shows you the alarms that we are receiving from different vehicles. Now this means of course the alarms that you set on the right hand side. Now as you see that on this device we got a bonnet closed, bonnet open, and all that different alarms basically, and when we received the alarm, what was the door status, what was the coordinate, and all that. So so that's it. So we'll come to this later on again. We'll just explaining the screen here. And if you want to search any address on the map, we have a short facility here. Like of course you can drag the map and go to different locations, but quickly, like if you put in any address here, and that will take you to that address. For example, if I put in my home address there, just I put a location, so I type in there, and if I hit enter, then it will take some time and it will take you to that particular location. So you can see here right now the map has been centered, and I am in basically the location I have typed in. So let's go ahead and let's say that the menu. So we have the 3 menus here. One is the master data. Now the master data menu here, to access the menu we have to click the small arrow button here. So we click the arrow button and you see the menus here. So we have the route, we have car list, we have driver list, we have these menus are basically self-explanatory. So what is route? Route is basically used for the logistic companies, for the courier companies, and maybe even the fleet management companies. So what you do is here basically you click you create a route. Now how you create a route is basically once you click on that menu, a window opens up, and there you see this window. So now you have the trip master window, basically your routes, and okay, now I click, like on this demo account I don't have any route specified, so I click on add trip, and that will open up as another small window. where you will select your vehicle that you will be assigning to that trip. Of course, there will be particular vehicle that will be going into that route. So select that vehicle, and you select your driver who will be driving this vehicle. Uh, Oops, I don't have a driver here. So what I'll do is I will close this window, and I'll go back on the master data menu, and I click on driver list. And this menu opens up, so I don't have anything here. I click on add driver, and that's open up there. That screen on the right hand side, I put a name, whatever, Mr. John Doe. We put the driver license number here, so just an arbitrary number here. uh, Whatever, you can put your license number here. We put an RFID number. Now, what's a RFID is, basically you must be aware about that when you purchase the product. But again, to remind you, RFID is that small key that you carry with you, your keychain. And if you enable RFID, without the RFID, the vehicle will not start, basically. So it's a security feature. So like you are a fleet management company, you have 10 drivers and you have 10 RFID kits. Now you can distribute 10 RFID kits to 10 different drivers, and whenever you assign a particular car to a particular driver, only that driver will be able to drive that car who is carrying that particular RFID. Now you can put an RFID number, or if you're not using the RFID feature, you can simply keep that blank. You just want to put your driver's phone number, that is for your own record. You put a phone number, you put your driver's address, so it's just the address, so you put in so let's put address, and this is again something like for some company, that fleet company and logistic companies, you hire some drivers through some agents. Like some agents are there who only provide drivers on hiring basis. So if you want to put your agent's name, you can put there, but again, that's optional thing. And you can upload once driver photo. Let me see if I have a photo here. I'm not sure if I have a photo on my computer. So I'm just trying to find some photos here, and yeah, I have some photos. uh, just trying to see which photo. Okay, just select one photo and then open that up, and let's just put some name as a note. And this is like this is the driver you just given joining to your company. Is not approved yet, so maybe like you assign a driver, and after the validation of the driver license, etc., you approve the driver, and only then the driver is allowed to drive your car. So you make that and do a submit button. uh, it is trying to upload the photo, and when this is done, you'll see the message, the driver has been updated successfully. And you close this window. Now when you close this window, basically to verify this, you can go back to that window, and you see the driver has been added here. You click on the driver and you can change the information here again. So I'll close the window. I have added the driver. I'll go back to the route to click a route. So I click route, and then I click add trip, and then I select my car. I select my driver. I put a name like, okay, say it's an official trip, maybe what to put in, like going to say another city. That's my next city. Could be anything. So I just save that. Okay, so it tells you like when I click on that, you say it should there should be at least 2 points. So you need to click on the map from where you'll be starting and from where you'll be going on. So you click on road button, and to define the road, which route you will select to travel. And it's taking a little bit time. Okay, sorry, I did a mistake. So you don't need to click on the route button. So what you do is click on a point here. So when you click on a point, basically you will be starting your trip, and you click on the point. It takes the address from the Google Map. You can change the address. The arrival time is disabled, of course, because this is the first point. So there is no arrival time. There will be departure time. So you select a departure time. Say maybe the trip is tomorrow, and it will be departing at say uh, 11 a.m. in the morning. So I click save, and I'll be starting from here. And this is just, I'll just scroll the map. That I'll zoom down the map, and okay. Now, if you have different stops in a road, general logistics companies sometimes they go from one city to another city, and they have different materials to drop in different locations. So in that case, we will be selecting different points where your vehicle will be stopping. In this case, let me randomly select one location. So let me click here, just a random location on the map, and there will be arrival time. So I'll be departing at 11 o'clock. So maybe I'll be reaching there by 5:15, and there I'll take 1 hour to drop my materials, and after that I'll be departing there from around 6:15. So I'll select like 6:15 and save that, and from there I'll be just zooming out. From there I'll be going to here. So that's quite far location. So it's completely different area. Now maybe I'll be reaching next day, and maybe a random time on the next day. So I select that, and this is a last location. So I'll not put a departure time there. So I'll save that. So this gives my routes, my point 1, point 2, my point 3, and I'll save this, of course. And it will close the window. It will show, come back to your trip master window, where you see the source, the destination, and your trip name that's put in. And we'll be starting on the source on this time and going to the destination this time. So click there, and you want to duplicate that trip. Generally this happens with the logistics and cargo companies. They travel the same route frequently, so you can duplicate that and just change the time. So it will take all the map locations you selected. So you just duplicate and change the locations, the timings basically on different locations. So that's it. You have a excess expense button here. What this basically gives you an option where you can keep a track of your income and expense on a trip. Helpful for the logistics company. For example, when you go to your customer location to pick up your customer, then maybe your customers pay you some advance, and you can put it in the expense manager. Basically, this is named at expense, but this is basically an expense and income list. So you'll put in either your as an income amount. So you select here as an expense or income, and you put that in different head. For example, income from customer, or fuel refueling, or paying some toll tax, or on check post. So that's kind of different heads. So that's totally on you, and you can create, of course, there's a demo account, completely new account. And I don't have any heads here, so you can create a head and just add your money there. So I just select it, and say I just do it a refuel, and amount maybe 2000, and it's my expense, of course, and on which date. This is generally you do while you are basically on your trip. So I do an add expense, and that's basically added. And when you get a money from your customer, so basically that's basically uh, payment basically from client. So there you will put that, and you will say you got this much of amount from your client. That's basically your income, and that's maybe on 28th when you return back, or maybe whatever, or maybe it's an advance payment, so that could be on 24th itself. So I do add basically not an ad expense. It will be basically an ad button. Simply, it could be an expense and income anyway. And this screen displays you in a group wise. So from client payment, you have gotten one payment on this date basically, and that's not an expense, and you have a refueling on this date. So total your expense is 2,000 rupees and your income is 5,000 rupees. So that's basically what you do, and you can export this report to an Excel file. So that's what you do. Clicking on this particular row will open up again the trip detail screen, where you can see like all the locations that you set up on the map. And if you want to modify the locations, you click on modify location. That will open up the map window, and again you can see the locations on the map. So if you, of course, that's the map shows, that's a map from a Google map basically. So Google shows you the route. You can change the route if you wish. And this feature is basically under development, so I'm not showing this feature. So right now we are not dealing with the exact route. We are dealing with the locations in this case, so we just take care about the locations. So that's pretty much about the trips window. And yeah, there is another this cargo window. That's again for the big logistics company. Like when you have a trip, a container basically moving from one location to another location, you have cargoes or materials from different customers that you are carrying. So there you will be opening up this window. You will put your customer name and basically consignee, and who is where you will put that item basically with the address, and you select your destination. Now this destination is basically from your map points. And remember, we had 3 locations basically: one my starting point, and then below, and in between, and at the end. So that shows the 3 destinations. So you select the destination where you will drop the product, and you will add the product. It will generate a tracking number automatically. This tracking number will be helpful for your customers to track the package, basically track the container on the map. So say a container is moving from one location to another location, and you have some cargo packages from 20 customers. You generate the tracking number. The system will generate the tracking number. You give this to your customers, and when your vehicle is on the road, basically, so basically it's moving. So your customer don't need to call you. They can just put in the tracking number on the website. I can see where the vehicle is exactly and what is the estimated time to reach to the destination. So that's basically it's good for your customers. And so that's pretty much it. I'm not doing that right now on the screen. You can just do that. It's very easy, self-explanatory again. So close this window. Let's. So that was the route menu, and this way we'll go to the next menus, and we'll defining the next menus on the next video. So thanks for watching, and if you have any question, you can put the question in that discussion below, or you can of course reach to our customer care anytime. Thank you.